I asked artificial intelligence to build me the most wondrous computer it could possibly imagine. And this is what it came up with. So today, we're going to attempt to bring this into reality. Wish me luck. This is wild for more than just a couple reasons. First of all, you can see all the RGB, all the lights, there's even a flower for the AIO. All the cables are illuminated. This first GPU has like crystals on it. Is that a second GPU behind the motherboard? Power supply is thrown aside, and this stick of RAM is floating above the computer. I think we're in for a challenge, but at the end of the video, you're gonna have to let me know how close to this vision we actually got. One thing that this did not do is specify components, so I'll just have some random ones. I think we're gonna have to use an open air chassis. So I did just assemble this last night for us to use as our base. Because with this, we can have the motherboard vertical just like in the picture. And speaking of motherboard, we're going to go with the Pro Z790, which means we're locked into the Intel build. Although one thing I'm noticing is that I don't see an actual AIO. There is this glowing flower where the pump would go, but I don't see the fans or the radiator anywhere. Maybe it's behind the chassis though. All right, off to a good start. And for the CPU, I'm pulling this Intel 12th gen chip from a different computer. Let's give it a nice little rinsing. There we go, good as new. All right, so we actually have a 13th gen Intel chip that's going into our AI inspired PC. For the RAM, I was gonna use this 32 gig kit, but if we take a closer look, it's definitely RGB RAM. So we're gonna need some RGB DDR5. I think this Trident Z5 should do the trick. It's like they did put RAM in the correct slots in the image. All right, RAM installed. What next? Now it's not specified, but I'm assuming this computer wants an SSD, so let's install an NVMe one. Do I have one lying around? All right, we do in fact have a 2 terabyte Samsung drive that we're going to install. Shkadoosh, shkadoosh. Just like that. Make sure that puppy is properly cooled. All right, it seems like it's time for the AIO, so let's grab that. We're gonna go with this Lian Li, I guess it's like what, a 360 AIO? Oh, it sure is. And with the AIO comes our first kind of creative challenge, which is, how in the world are we gonna install a flower on it? Well, first things first, let's just get this on the CPU. I'm a big fan of AIOs that come with the fans pre-installed on the radiator, though it doesn't look like I got lucky this time. I say this all the time, but like, installing AIO is always feels more challenging than I think it should feel. Mainly because they just give you so many components because of all the different, sockets they have to support. Since we're LGA 1700, we gotta use this bracket. I know people give the Intel stock cooler a lot of slack for not being like the greatest performing cooler of all time, but the fact you could install it without any additional hardware, I love that aspect. All right, this will go on the underside like that, not too bad.
God, you down creature, and I will not be bullied by you.
Flop these. Oh, that doesn't actually fit. Ah, I had the wrong ones, obviously. There we go. All right, we're in business. Install these upside down like that. And now we can apply some thermal paste. Assuming, of course, that AI put thermal paste underneath their CPU cooler. Whoa, that's liquidy. Oh, yeah. All right, now AI has the tubing from the AIO coming from the bottom right. Let's see if we can match that. In this case, I feel like the best we can do is have it sideways like this. Yeah, okay. I do want to match this as close as possible, so let's go with that. At least the tubing's on the right side. I think that's all I can promise. Go ahead and secure that down. Normally I'd be a little concerned that this logo here is not aligned with the rest of the motherboard, but well, I think we're gonna cover it up with something else. If we do it right, you won't be seeing that logo at all. All right, not too bad. Okay, I think at this point I do actually want to install the motherboard onto this open air chassis so I can figure out like the structural integrity of all this. All right, I actually have not ever built with an open air chassis like this. So hopefully it just works super seamlessly. I need screws. Promising? I'm not sure where this radiator is gonna go exactly, but maybe we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. That actually lines up surprisingly well. I'm gonna secure a few of these. Nice, okay, that's relieving. Alrighty. Boom. Okay. This has potential. I don't know about this, but we'll figure it out. I also just realized there's a cable coming from like this part of the motherboard plugging into like the graphics card. No idea what that is. So speaking of cable management, I think it's time to add the power supply to this because I did also happen to get some RGB colored cables to match some of this aesthetic. Power supply wise, we have this MSI 850 watt PSU. Should do the job, hopefully. So this is actually going to be installed right back here. If things lined up properly, which it seems like it does. Should the fan be on the other side? Maybe, but we're just gonna go with this for now. More cables. Let's go. From the looks of it, the GPU used in the AI build just has the typical PCIe power, as opposed to the 12-volt 2x6 one. That will actually change what GPU we need to consider for this build, if we actually want to be that accurate, you know? Why not shoot for the moon? Because we can always land upon a star, which will probably be uninhabitable. But then again, so is the moon, so what are we going for? All right, probably need another PCIe. This motherboard does have 2 CPU cables, but I think we might just plug in one. We don't need to overclock or anything. The nice thing about the open chassis design is I feel like I can just fully access these to plug cables in later. All right, so to stay on brand with all the RGB color that this AI threw at us, we're going with some RGB cables. This is for our GPU, and this one's for our motherboard. I think these just clip over top of the existing cables. Yeah, that's what it looks like. So if our motherboard cable just traditionally plugs in like this, this just slides on top. Ah, that's clever. Although, does it look good? TBD. And clip. Okay, oh. All right, well, that'll give us some RGB. I can see this having potential. Now let's do the GPU one. I don't even know what GPU we're gonna use yet, huh? Okay, I'm gonna wait on that one actually. What do we do with this AIO thing? Just put it back here? Out of sight, out of mind? It certainly needs to be behind the computer. How do I attach this? Sounds like a problem for future me. Sucks to be that guy. Okay, what next? I feel like it's time to find a graphics card to put inside of here. That's like a pretty prominent part of the AI PC. So let's find one. Actually, we gotta find 2, because there's 2 in here. All right, hear me out. I think the GPU itself is actually kind of basic. So I'm just grabbing this TUF Gaming 3070 Ti. It does have a bit of RGB here, like this bottom crystal area, but we're also going to add an RGB GPU riser to get some more of that effect. And for his back GPU here, well, I have a plan for that too, but in due time. Need to make sure this bracket lines up with the GPU itself. Oh, and I'm actually have to add another one of these for the support beam. Thankfully, with a modular open chassis, we should be able to add another one. So if we did that correctly, we can slide this into the chassis. Perfect. Okay, now it's time to align. So if this needs to go inside of here, that means this needs to go right here. I wish I had 3 hands, maybe 4. Hopefully this doesn't snap. Okay. Is that even the right screw? No, it's holding. Now we need to do the same thing for the support bracket. All right, one small problem. Now that we do have this RGB GPU bracket installed and our GPU installed, we have to install this. But we need, what, 16 pins for power? And this, I think, only covers 8 of them. We're just gonna run with it though. Guess the cables could come from underneath. That'd be cool. Probably should have plugged in all these other things beforehand, but oh well. I could just use all 16 pins from a single cable. Let's do that. Then I think the cover might actually work. Although I typically like separating that out into multiple cables if possible. Just another funny thing, the GPU power is actually coming from the motherboard right down here. That's not how that works. But in this case, we will actually have the cables at least coming from the bottom. So now let's add this RGB. Oh yeah, we're gonna be able to cover this nicely. Okay, and then this will just go down here. Something like that. Okay, we're cooking. Wish this could go a little, oh, perfect. Where are the little clips at? Hello, little clips. If I was a clip, where would I be? On the box, sus. Oh, I found them. All right, let's clip these bad boys together. One more down there for good measure. Okay, now we have the RGB cables. I think it's time to tackle the flower. This might be tough. Not that we've plugged any of this stuff in either. This feels like the crown jewel of this PC. Like if we figure this out, it's gonna look nice. If we don't, it's gonna look really weird. Although it might look weird either way. And so I come bearing a few options. We have this garden flower, which honestly, the more I look at it, might just be a perfect fit onto here. Like the radius of this is, wait a minute, this fits so perfect. What? It's like perfectly filling the gap in there. Okay, I mean, I think we found our winner. It even has like the same color flowers. But wait, I thought it was supposed to light up. How does it light up? Oof, I don't know. Alternatively, we have option number 2, which is this crystal flower, which, you know, also could work here. Maybe size-wise, it's actually a little bit more accurate. But this one does not have any inherent color, although it is clear. So any color that comes from the pump of the AIO will actually like shine through it. I just can't get over how perfect this other one fits though. I feel like this is destiny. So let's figure out how to turn this one on because it should illuminate. All right. Ooh, this might be an issue. It's a solar powered light, so it needs to absorb sunlight for 8 hours to initially turn on. What? I wonder if there's a way I can bypass that and just power it directly. Oh, I just blinded myself. Wait, okay. It does actually work, but only when it's dark. Oh, wait a minute. This is cool. All right, we are for sure using this one, although I cannot tell if it's on or off. Okay. So when it's dark enough, that little light illuminates, and it's like an orange light too. So I feel like it perfectly matches this flower. Now we just need to figure out a way to attach it and secure it onto the AIO pump. What I'm thinking is because this Lian Li is actually magnetic, because it has this little cover that can sit right there, I'm thinking we just try to retrofit this bottom part with a magnet so that we can just, you know, plop it on there. I'm just gonna go with super glue for the time being. There's not like a ton of surface area to work with, and I don't want to necessarily block like the button or anything from being pressed in the future, but also I want to make sure it's nice and secured. All right, I'm gonna let that sit and dry for a second. And while we wait, what's next? All right, so at this point we have the RGB wires, we have the flower as a work in progress, we have kind of like this crystal RGB. Well, we at least have RGB down here. It doesn't really look like the crystal, but what next? I think maybe we just like touch this up. All right, the super glued magnet didn't really work the way I thought, so now we're going to try just like a command strip. Will this work? I sure hope so. So if we press it in like that, oh my gosh, it's coming together. I low-key feel like this flower is going to be perfect. But we're not done yet, because now let's figure out this other GPU with this little light down here. We're going to use this ProArt, which aesthetically looks pretty similar. And I actually think we are going to make use of this second flower, because this flower comes with an RGB stand that it's supposed to sit right on top of. And then when plugged into USB power, it actually glows. That's pretty cool. So the goal is now to combine these. In the AI image here, you can see on the back side of the GPU at the bottom, there's this circle with a light. And what do you know, this ProArt GPU does have an exposed circle that just happens to perfectly fit the base of this flower. The problem is, well, it just falls. So let's change that. I'm planning on just gluing this. I mean, I'm sure there's a way to make it so you can easily disassemble it, but we are just going to glob this on and hope it stays. Just like that. Press it down nice and firm. Glue is nice too because it'll be clear and it won't inhibit any of the light, as opposed to if we use like command strips or something. All right, hopefully that stays. Okay, so at this point, the last piece I'm thinking about is all this ambient lighting behind the PC. I mean, this computer is clearly living in like outer space or something with a bunch of lights behind it. So how can we emulate that? Let's give it a shot. All right, it's time for the finishing touches. Are you ready to see what we were able to come up with for this PC designed by AI? It's time for the moment of truth. How did this AI-inspired PC come together? Well, oh my gosh. I don't know how close we got, but that is for sure one wondrous PC. Like, oh my gosh. It's actually kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie. If we take a look back at the source material, our inspiration that artificial intelligence generated for us, I mean, what do you think? How close did we get to replicating this in real life? Personally, I feel like the pink and yellow flower right on the AIO pump was pretty solid. Although I do wish this light was a little bit brighter. We were able to get a decent amount of the RGB cables to shine through. Those are pretty solid. RGB RAM, check. RGB underglow of the GPU, check. Although, you know, it's not as crystally as I would have liked it to be. I am proud that we were able to replicate the second GPU though, with the little light circle in the bottom of it. This was a perfect use of that little crystal. And on top of all of that, yes, we did also include the random stick of RAM right on top, making for, like I said, one wondrous PC. Oh, and in case you're wondering, the final piece that kind of brought all the ambiance together was this tiny little projector that plugs in via USB right into the computer as well. Okay, I will say it's slightly overwhelming to use, but the PC does function. Would you use this PC in your everyday build? I'm not sure I could handle it. Might give me a headache, but let me know what you think. How'd we do? This was a super fun challenge, so thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Oh yeah.